and this is something we were talking about earlier this morning. What amazes me in 1932, if you think about the layout of Tulsa, this was not a part of Tulsa. This was a totally separate community. It's kind of, you know, somebody from the Greenwood district being buried down here. I have to wonder if these are not a lot of family plots.
Well, okay, here you go. This is what I found out. Tulsa, but as it grew, that I found out, back during that period in time, Tulsa was just, didn't go past 31st as far as Tulsa County. Everything else was a different. Matter of fact, this was, I believe, Muskogee County.
Really?
Okay.
And you remember a couple of years ago when Tulsa County was trying to
get bigger,
get bigger, swallow up Curly and stuff like that.
Oh, right.
But they did it over the years, and they came out here and they took it over. And this was an area called Alsuma. Now I went back.
Alsuma area.
Yeah.
Okay.
I went back all the way back to.
I'm fine.
I went back all the way back to 1906 of this area, and found out that when this land was given to the Creeks in 1904, to the Curtis family, they gave them 160 acres, which is basically this area here.
Okay.
They had 40 acres for their homestead, and the other was used for farmland or lease it out, sharecropping or whatever.
Okay.
And so all of these years passed by, you know, they really no activity, you know, life went on.
Yeah.
But around 24, 25, we start getting a lot of activity. That's when we start seeing some discrepancies in the documentation as far as the Booker T. Washington when it was established in 1925.
Okay.
But also that we saw during the same period were oil leases.
Yes.
I said, now,
Natural part of Tulsa Town, isn't it?
Wait a minute, hold it. This is supposed to be a graveyard. And according to this document right here, it says that you can only, this is supposed to be a graveyard forever.
That's fascinating. And that's, yeah. Then
you find
it's a graveyard.
Yeah, and I cross-checked the land records with the oil leases. I'm like, it's the same land. Then I started digging a little bit more and found out there's another cemetery called Booker T. Washington, and that was built by the same people at the same time. And I'm thinking, okay, here it is to prove that this cemetery was much larger, because this is another, it's a totally different number.
Yeah.
No, plat number. Said, no, this is a totally different part of town. This was in North Tulsa, between Peoria and Lewis.
Okay.
And then it come to find out that what I found earlier, it was just 5 acres. As these folks came about, they found it came out to 15 acres. And houses are on top of it, and Monroe Middle School is right behind it. So...
History is something else.
I'm seeing the pattern here.
This is really, it's time to adjust. Yeah. It's got you.
It got me.
Ah! This is a killer. Watch out. You got it there. You might want to put your foot on there.
Okay.
Oh, let me get that. Isn't that amazing? Just knocked down, just totally dilapidated.
That's been something that's been on top of.
Yeah.
I mean, that would be really unusual, this kind of stuff, but I think that would be sitting on top of, because that looks like a topper. You know?
Yeah, for somebody who put a lot of thought and love into their gravesite.
Yeah, there may not actually be a grave here. This might, because this
it came from another location.
On top and it's just been left here. But that's what it looks like.
And I found another piece back over here that's made, it look like it's made out of the same material, but it's flat.
Yeah.
Okay. That is something.
Let me find the first one.
Yeah, that's definitely the same piece.
Yes, it is, isn't it? It's the same marble or cement or whatever. Oh gosh, look at that.
Have you had
What a shame.
I haven't got I haven't got the Harris yet.
Oh, Harris's. That's a big in Tulsa area.
Well, you know, the first person I went to ask was Judge Jesse Harris.
Oh yeah.
He said he doesn't know.
Well, even the Harrises in Tulsa, there's so many different groups.
Wow.
It's not just one So that's, but the fact that we have a name and a
Birth date.
a birth date, well, I don't
What
know.
is the date there?
I think it's September 26, 1935.
Okay. That was the
That's probably the
the
death
day
date.
of death,
Yeah.
the death date, you know.
Yeah, but even with that, there's probably some kind of records,
Yeah.
archival records on that. We can find out.
Yeah.
Or military records. I said that's one thing I was asking if the center could do. If we gather up the names of the people that we know are out here, we can be able to go to the vital records
Yeah.
if they will cooperate and pull up their death certificates. Okay?
Sure.
And hopefully on that death certificate, especially when it comes to a military grade, I would think it would have some kind of name of the cemetery. I would think.
You would think there's got to be some kind
Now,
of a
here's my thinking
legal indication.
of a smoking gun. If on that documentation it says that this person, like Archie Harris and Elijah Tobias, was buried not Abraham Lincoln Cemetery, which is the folklore of what this is.
Okay.
Actually, Booker T. Washington Cemetery,
Okay.
which shows that it is much larger
Then what
than what is
what
led on to
expected.
believe.
Okay. Okay.
Well, even on that, I'm not sure how easy it's going to be to find the day they were buried or the location of burial. Usually, I don't know. I've never really archived through, vital records too much. But if you can find an Archie D. Harris that passed away on that date in Tulsa, you're almost certain that this is going to be him. The odds of two people with the exact same
Yes,
name,
especially with the
same-
population rate and all
Yeah.
of that.
And that's how the luck that I got, and I'll probably get that similar luck when I did that with Elijah Tobias. I mean, he was like the only E.T. Tobias in Tulsa at that time.
Yeah.
And lived in Greenwood, like, okay, 1 and 1 is not 3, like they're trying to make me believe.
Well, it's just, yeah.
You want to put your flower on there?
I would
mean,
like to put the flag on there,
Let me-
yeah.
I'll just switch places.
Would
with you.
someone else like to do that?
Yes.
You go ahead. You place that there.
I'm going to come up back behind.
Okay.
Bless you, Archie.
That was
We
sweet.
also found little areas of jars. We thought it
Okay.
might have been just trash, but like, no, wait a minute.
Yeah.
They use those as putting flowers
Yeah.
on markers.
That's
So they
right.
made their own.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think that copper piece went with
Oh.
that at one point.
So the question is, where is like the school?
Oh, looks like they're gathering.
And you see that's a row. You can see how the lady marked it off with the purple.
Yes.
You can see the row, and there's a lawn crypt that you saw in the picture there.
It's another one right here. Here. This had to be flat at one time. I mean, it would just make sense to be with the trees growing up around. Do you think it was always hilly?
Probably, but still, you could be right. The foliage could have just.
We were just saying through the years and how it grew up and everything. Maybe,
There's a
Goodness.
magnolia tree down there with some graves around.
is there really? Well, that sounds beautiful. Can you read the grave marks at all down there, or is it just pretty
Not
much
really, because they're mostly like that little metal grave.
little metal guys? Yeah.
This they're kin to a family called Mansfield. It's the same family, and the story is, I guess it's like the most.
Oh, there was also another Lancaster.
Yeah.
I was wondering if it was his sister.
And we're do find like
Like,
real.
Look over here. There's a memoriam here too. Oh yes. Okay. This is something, isn't it?
gonna form a circle.
Okay.
Gerald is a minister, and he is going to consecrate the ground, and then after that, there's a few poets that are going to say a piece about it. So.
We are here because we've been called.